We now turn our attention to the men's recurve gold medal match. The judge and coaches making their way down the range.
Spanish coach didn't get much rest between these two medal matches.
You're right, he didn't indeed. Out with Daniel Castro and back out because Miguel Alvarino Garcia is in the gold medal match. One of the form athletes this year. Alvarino going for gold against Florian Unruh, another German featuring here the European Championships on home soil in Munich, and you can see that the crowd are right behind him. But I fancy Miguel Alvarino Garcia is blocking all of that out. Let's welcome them out to the field of play. The last of the matches here, the recurve men's gold medal match.
On target number 1, representing Germany, Florian Unruh. On target number 2, representing Spain, Miguel Alvarino Garcia. And the lineup for this match is Manuel Acacia.
So I think, if I remember correctly, Alvarino won the European Games in 2015, but I am not sure if he has ever won an individual European Championship. So it'll be interesting to see if he can add this to the list of accomplishments.
Well, again, your encyclopedic knowledge is fantastic. European Games champion in 2015, gold and bronze on the high-end archery World Cup circuit this season. Florian Unruh was a 2014 European champion, but won most of his medals by team. It will be the German to get this gold medal match, the last of the offerings here at the European Championships underway. And he starts with a good 9.
This time I have an excuse for remembering that he won the European Games, as I was second in that competition, so it's easy to remember in this case.
Andy. Congratulations, I should say, really.
Both of them shooting a good 9, so not really much sighting in needed, although Florian is hitting to the left consistently. Speaking of consistency, Miguel manages to shoot both of the arrows within a centimeter of each other.
Wasn't happy with that one. That's drifted out into the 8. So the door opens. Might be tempted just to leave everything where it is and just get the 9 he needs with another grouping. He did actually try and move it though.
Yeah, but still manages to keep it in the gold for the first set points going to him. And he's all business this season, isn't he?
He is all business. As we say, he took the gold and the bronze so far through the 2 circuit events and the High-End Archery World Cup. And he just is on great form at the moment. Unruh, though, has experience of winning the European Championship, so let's not write him off too early. This is a cracking match, but it's super fast as well. That's the other thing of note.
Yeah, and you cannot write off Florian just because Miguel has been in top shape, because Florian has ranked first in this competition, and he has, I think, won all of his matches quite convincingly. So pretty good run up to the gold medal match, and I'm sure he wants to extend that to the gold medal in front of his home crowd.
Yeah, and he's had some tough opponents. Unruh from Romania, Van der Ven, your compatriot, and of course the Olympic champion you took out in the semi-finals.
Yeah, so he's not easily intimidated by any accolades that have been collected by his opponent.
Certainly not. Second set here. And the German trailing by 2 points. Florian Unruh will get the first arrow into the target and into the 9.
And there's not much shaking going on, so I think he's feeling comfortable on the field right now. But the same could be said for Miguel. He's looking very solid. And I think over the last maybe 2 or 3 years, I've seen Miguel's shot vastly improve, technically speaking. So it's a very nice fluid motion that he has, and it's very enjoyable to watch as an archery nerd. Although that shot was maybe not the best example of what I was just saying, it was still very close to the middle.
Unruh has stepped right back into the match. He's put the set out of reach of Alvarino with those 2 10s. Important arrow though to rehearse for set number 3. Just pulled that one off to 9. So he hasn't come out of the 9 ring at all so far in this match.
Yeah, they say that archery is all about consistency, but I think that he would like to shoot some 10s as well.
Indeed. And you were mentioning about Alvarino Garcia working on his technique. And he was talking earlier this week, in fact, about how much harder he is now working than he ever has done before. He decided 18 months, 2 years ago that he was going to take this a lot more seriously than he was before. I mean, he was a good archer before, but over the last 2 years, you've noticed the improvement, and he's told us that he's been working.
Yeah, so it's at least a good shout for me. I noticed that his whole alignment is a bit nicer. I think his approach to his anchor point is a bit more smooth than it was before. And also just the extension through the clicker, it's a bit smoother, and the release, as a result of that, the release is also a bit more crisp and relaxed.
But it's the German who's got himself back into this, and 9 and 2 10s in that set, looking very good indeed.
Yeah, and a very satisfying roar from the crowd afterwards.
That will bolster him even further should he need it. Florian Unruh brought things level. 2 set points apiece here as Unruh and Garcia go up against each other for the European title of 2022, and it will be Unruh to shoot first.
It's interesting how both of these archers know exactly where that arrow is going as soon as the fingers leave the string. You can see by the reaction in their bow hand, like, oh, this is going to go slightly right, oh, this is going to go slightly left. So it's very cool to see the level of feeling that they have in connection to the bow.
A little bit of a wobble there just before we released that.
Yeah, but the moment of release itself looked very crisp and very controlled. So I think the wobble was already remedied by the time they released the string.
Fascinating. This is, I mean, it's fast, but the quality is so high. Great shot there. You get an idea of just how much movement there is. It doesn't look like much, but it makes such a big difference 70 meters down the range. And 8 has opened the door here as well for Garcia, and 9 will put him back in the lead.
What a shot.
Found the middle of the target very well here. Ominous, that particular set from a Florian Unruh point of view, because Garcia looks absolutely dark in the middle.
Yeah, he I think he shot 8 9s in a row, or maybe 7, and then just shot 2 X's from there on out. So if he continues this streak, then Florian is in trouble. But yeah, I think Florian is also shooting well. He just, that last arrow, he had a little bit of a pluck on the string, making his arrow go right in the 8.
We're going to get a good look at a close-up of this.
Yeah, so Florian has a very deep hook to start with, and then while pulling back the bow, it seems as though the string kind of slips into the first joint of his fingers, where it comfortably sits. So you can see when he starts pulling back that his fingers kind of slide a bit. And then when the clicker goes, you just relax your fingers and the sling will the string will open your fingers automatically. So rather than thinking I need to open my fingers as fast as I can, you just let the string open your fingers for the best release and the best consistency.
Well, the Spanish contingent here getting right behind Miguel Alvarino Garcia. The German crowd getting right behind Florian Unruh. It would be a magical performance from him if he was to come from behind and take the European title here in Munich. Shoots first in set number 4.
Yeah, you can see that nice deep hook on the string. And it's a bit counterintuitive to have such a deep hook, because you think the string has to, pass more finger to be released, but it does allow you to have a more relaxed forearm, and therefore it's easier to relax your fingers and letting the string go. So there's always a balance to be found, but typically it's at the first joint of your fingers.
The clicker going off.
9.
Another high 9.
Yeah, it's not a bad shot, but Miguel is absolutely on it.
Yeah, it's not a bad shot unless you're standing next to Garcia from Spain. The form archer of this season, you have to say, at the moment, and he's hit another 10 here. This could be over very soon. Unruh, I think, needs at least a 10. I know you can't get more, but he needs a 10 to make this sporting. He drifts off. I think that probably will get marked as a 9 for a 27. So an 8 is all that's required for the European title.
To win.
Bang in the centre. And he has been the form archer of the season, and he's seen that through. Miguel Alvarino Garcia is the new European champion, and Spain can be proud of a man who has, by his own admission, ramped up his work rate. He wants to be at the top of the game, and he's getting there by taking this European title.
Yeah, and how deserved. I mean,